For me, I would just want to know, I'm hearing of the journal sustenance fee. How much money is involved to pay, like for instance, on annually to run a journal? And secondly, after hearing the explanation, I feel we should allow our authors to contribute a minimum amount, even 1,000 kwacha, so that we are able to run this journal. You know how UNZA can be broke sometimes. We end up going to our pockets, and once authors know that it's free, it will be difficult to introduce the fee. So I suggest we maintain the minimum fee we had put there. I submit, Chair.
Can I maybe respond to this? Is an interesting question on how much it would cost to run the journal. Now, you see, different journals will have different ways of doing things. I will use an example of one of these three, or I'll use the example of DRGS journals. Currently, in terms of, we don't have a dedicated editorial team, right? And again, this will make sense once I walk you through a typical workflow. I'll make it short because at a later stage, I'm sure CICT will organize some training session and then people will be much more familiar then. But currently, the the fees, I could be mistaken here, the only money that is spent is on typesetting. Very important, by the way, because it turns out that if you want to be perceived to be professional here, you want to do things a certain way. I don't know who used to previously print the journal, the print-based journal, but if it was Unza Press, I would like to think that the journal was paying money to Unza Press. I don't think Unza Press was doing this for free. So that cost is still going to be there. The cost for typesetting, the cost that is going to be offset is the cost associated with printing, because you're no longer printing. And in fact, one of the things that triggers this thing of we're charging the client for a subscription is you're printing. You're telling them we're spending money to print. So the typesetting thing here is something that you need to think about. And I think it makes sense that you say you maintain perhaps the 1,000, because at least this will help you ensure that you have money for typesetting, unless if you have some sort of special arrangement where there are people that do this professional work. Very important, right? Because otherwise you end up with a situation where you have poorly formatted documents, right? In one document, people are using, for the title, the font size is 15 points and others are using 12 points. Captions are improperly labeled or something, right? And usually people will be a bit skeptical, say what's happening with this journal here. But I don't know who does your typesetting currently or who does the printing for the print-based version of the journal.
Yeah, I can chip in on that one just quickly. And actually, typesetting, all the designing, it's being done by Unza Press. Although, as usual, it's it's fighting to make sure that the work is done. Then, when it came to printing, we were told that Unza Press does not print. They referred us to Unza printers.
Oh, sorry, Unza printers,
Uh,
yes. Yes.
yes, Unza printers, yes. But again, there they said they had a backlog. So one of the people there just said that we'll delay your publication. For now, just outsource. So that's how come we had to outsource. So basically, that's a response on who does the typesetting and who does the printing. So we had to pay for printing by outsourcing, which of course it could have been good if we allowed the money to be retained within UNZA, but we had no option, especially that the advice came from one of the people there. Probably because whatever they were doing, they didn't have the capacity, and we needed the journal to be printed.
Yes, of
That's
course.
my response, Chair. Thank you.
But I imagine, if I can come in again, you still pay money for typesetting, right?
Yes, we still pay. We
Mm.
still pay money for typesetting. We pay Unza Press.
Yes.
They do everything they typeset, yes.
Yes. So again, to break it down, in your case, if you decide to set this up on Unza servers, on the Unza Journal platform, right? This platform here. The other costs you won't have to worry about, like administering the journal, so the day-to-day running of the journal. no need to worry because CICT does this. The only thing you'd have to worry about, I think, is typesetting. Or if, I don't know how the journal runs, sometimes maybe you may hire a dedicated resource, or maybe you, on an ad hoc basis, you contract the services of perhaps an assistant editor, assuming you don't have the capacity. Those are the other costs you have to think about. Otherwise, nothing else really would warrant you trying to, start thinking about where is the money going to come from. Just to also mention here that you see the world is changing here. There's this very strong push, when it comes to business models associated with journals. And I want to use something that's recently was made public or something. There's an entity called IFO, and what they've done is they've issued out a call, right? But part of the requirements, and I'll let you go through this document at your own time in the interest of time here. But there's an opportunity available, and one of the requirements is that only journals that make use of an open access Diamond open access model qualify. So there's this increasing push for a rethink in how higher education institutions actually publish, right? There are different models, obviously, but you can't run away from the question of sustainability anyway. But something to think about. In some instances, maybe you may still need money, right? Maybe the money could in part be used to, there are times when people are so busy. This happens with JLSS. I'm part of JLSS. They are so busy that they don't have time even to review or to do desk review. So what do? You round them up together and say, let's go to maybe, is it, I don't know, Palmwood Lodge or something. Or let's go off campus so that people concentrate on this work. Where's the money coming from? Maybe the author fees you're charging, I don't know. I thought I would mention that anyway.